Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name's Nicole. You can find me on Instagram at Nicole Makes Plans. Today I want to do a favorites video. So I'm going to do like planners, supplies, notebooks, pens, highlighters, all of that kind of stuff. So I kind of started with what I'm using right now, which is pretty minimal. I have this Target notebook. It's like spiral bound, or I forget what this is called, like D-ring or something, O-ring maybe. So it's a spiral notebook, which is sort of unusual for me, and it's just lined, but it's great for what I need right now. I just want something very basic. I'm using Midori index clips, which I use a lot in like my Hobonichi weeks when I'm in there. So you'll see these. They come from I got mine on Jet Pens. I think you can get them elsewhere. Comes with 8. Right now I'm just using like 4 of them, but they're great. I use them a lot. I think I have like 2 packs just in case, but like all I really need is one. But they're really nice to have. They clip to page really well. I've never really had them like fall out or anything. So I have them in, I believe it's called copper. And they do kind of tarnish, but I think that's okay. They still work just fine, all of that. So that is the first 2 things. This is my Uni Jetstream pen. It's in a 0.7. It's ballpoint pen. It is my favorite. I find that it, like, for me at least, it does not smear really on any paper, especially like Hobonichi Weeks, which has Tomoe River paper, which is very specific paper with specific needs, but Uni Jetstream works just fine on it for me. Right now I'm using this just Target highlighter, so like truly nothing special, but it's getting the job done. Usually I use a Tombow, and I'll get to that in a moment, but it was like drying out and I haven't gotten a new one that works well. So that is kind of like my favorites of what I'm using right now, but I do want to kind of go over other favorites. So I have a bunch of pens right here. I have a few in the orange barrel, which is specifically I've gotten from Amazon. I think I've seen it on Jet Pens. It's a little pricier, but it has this like kind of rubbery grip that is just really nice. Works really well in my hand, so I love it. Previously, I had gotten some 0.7 Uni Jetstreams at, I think it was like Office Depot. It's in this blue color, which is fine, but the orange is a little bit more like interesting. I got these Uni Jetstream 0.7s, I believe on Amazon in a pack, and you honestly at this point I'm just using it as refills for the orange barrel. It just is like cheaper to get it that way than some other way, and it has a barrel just in case I do like lose my orange barrels for whatever reason. This grip is fine. I just like the feel of the orange barrel a little bit better. I used to be using a Uni Jetstream 0.1, but I've changed to 0.7. 0.1 just got to be kind of like too thick, and that's okay. If I had to use a gel pen, I would probably use the Uniball Signo. I have 0.7 and 0.5, but I'm not really a gel pen kind of person. I find it just like smears too much. I usually want to highlight. The highlight smears. I just don't want to bother with it. I've never really been much of a gel pen person. I definitely prefer ballpoint pens. I have some markers here, so you'll have seen maybe some of the videos I filmed in my A6stology, and at that time I was using this sign brush pen by Rytech. I got it from Amazon. Mostly I was just using my favorite color, which is this light purple. I think they're really great. They're kind of like a thinner brush pen. It has like a pretty thin tip, and I just found it really easy to do like brush lettering with this particular pen. And it's not too inky, at least this one. Whereas some of the other Rytechs, at least for me, was like kind of bleeding through Stology paper, so I stuck to this one. This is a Tombow Funosuke brush pen. It's in hard tip. I don't use this all the time, but sometimes I would use it for like hand lettering in my Hobonichi weeks, or sometimes even just like on cards that I send to people just to have like a little bit of a flair. Again, it's a smaller tipped brush pen. I find it pretty easy to hand letter with this as well. And this is a Tombow brush pen. It's the larger tip. It has a dual tip. It has this like fine point, but I never use that. This one is in color 620, which you can't really see because it's completely worn off. And again, I haven't been able to get a new one yet. I probably should, but for right now, the Target highlighter is working just fine for me. But I used this most of this year. It lasted almost all year, which I think is pretty impressive for using it in every planner that I use. So I love it a lot. It is my favorite color. So the next thing I want to move on is kind of to like notebooks and planners. So I want to start with these Mead notebooks as just like a note. I don't do planning in these, but if I just need like extra paper to kind of work out some stuff like budget or other thoughts, I usually use this or just like taking notes. The paper is nice. I think this is a nice size. It's 9.5 by 6. It's not like the big regular notebooks by Mead. Mead were like my favorite notebooks like in college when I had like a little bit more money to spend than like when I was in high school. I just really like the paper. I really like the college rule. And I think it's just enough space, and I have like a few on hand just in case. I think this one's like filled, but I like to have them because just like taking notes or doing budget or other things. I did want to pull out my Day Designer planner. So I was only in this for maybe about a month this year, but if I had to choose a planner that is just like available in stores, isn't too pricey, I would probably pick this one. If I did want something like pre-dated, it's just like nice paper. It has a pretty big monthly that gave me enough room to like write stuff in. And let's take a look at like when I was using it in August. My Tombow worked in here, Uni Jetstream worked in here. It's pretty minimal like coloring and lettering, and I just found it to be like really nice at the time when I didn't feel like setting up a planner. It was enough room to like kind of write the essential things for me and kind of like make a to-do list and like some extra space. So if I had to like recommend a planner that's just like widely available at a good price point, it's about like $12-ish at Target. I would definitely recommend this. And I'll probably end up getting another one in 2024. But right now I'm kind of like bullet journaling at this time. The next things I have here are more like other planners slash notebooks. Since I was just on the other planner, if I had to recommend like a step up from a just planner that's available in regular stores, I would probably recommend the Hobonichi Weeks. It's very small and compact. Again, it's very minimal layout, so like you can kind of dress it up or dress it down as you want. It does have the Tomoe River paper, which is kind of finicky depending on your needs. But again, I found the Uni Jetstream pen works just fine in here. Tombow works pretty well. It might need a little bit of drying time. But yeah, I always come back to this planner. It tends to be something I gravitate to in the fall when I'm really busy. It's already set up and I just like it a lot. And I got a new Hobonichi Weeks 2024 Mega this year. But I like got into it, but then I kind of moved on to bullet journaling again. So I'm sure I'll be back in it at some point. This is actually a regular Hobonichi Weeks that I had in 2022. This has about 70 or so notes pages compared to the Mega that has like 200 or so note pages. And I might end up getting a regular depending on how this year goes. As far as other notebooks that I like to bullet journal in, besides like the one I'm in right now, just kind of randomly from Target, these are kind of my favorites. So I got into a B6 in 2021. I filled up quite a bit of this notebook and it was great. B6 is like a very happy size for me, I would say. I'm not in it right now, but inevitably when the A6 size becomes too small, I'll probably come back to a B6. It's just like the perfect amount of like space on the page usually. This paper is thin, but not ridiculous. Easy to use my Unijet Stream pen on, easy to decorate. It does bulk up, but it's very like sturdy. I've never had like an issue with the binding or anything like that. Easy to stick on stickers and whatnot on the cover. And I'll actually get into some more information about covers later, but I really love Stalogy notebooks. They're really nice. Definitely a little more expensive than like the average notebook, but I think the quality kind of makes sense. So I was in a B6 Stalogy in 2021. I got back into it in 2022 and 2023. Filled up a lot of this notebook as well. Just a really nice notebook. Also in 2023, I was in an A6 Stalogy, so a little bit smaller size. This was mostly for the summer, which I think tends to happen for me. I'm like planner hopping, but it's usually because like whatever I'm in is too big, and summer I'm not doing quite as much stuff, so A6 is a better size for me, I think, in the summer. But definitely recommend this again. Great paper. Just a good planner. Again, good cover, good binding. A little pricier than your average notebook, but again, still worth it. Another one of my favorites, which it took me a long time to come around to. So as someone who kind of picked up bullet journaling here and there in like 2016-ish, and then on and off since then, Leuchtturm was always the like big name for bullet journals. I tried the paper in their regular ones and kind of hated it at the time. And then Bullet Journal put out their version with like 120 GSM paper. And I liked it a lot at the time when I was using this, I believe in 2022. And I ended up filling up quite a bit of the notebook, but not all of it, unfortunately. But it's very good paper. Again, a little pricier than your regular notebook, but worth it. Some perks of the particular bullet journal brand of Leuchtturm 1917 A5 notebook, which is about 8x5, does have page numbers like in the middle. It has some like, it has the regular dot grid, but it also has some other kind of like grid spacing indicators to make it easy to set up a spread if you wanted to. It took Tombow really well. I didn't have any issues with like smearing. Unijet Stream pen again. Used washi tape in this planner, and it was just really good. So if you're looking for like a nice notebook, like this is great. And I got the hardback version for sure. So that is about it for like notebooks and planners. But then I do have some stuff about covers. Let me grab this stuff. So as far as clear covers for my A6 Stalogy, when I was in that, I used the Midori A6 clear cover. I think it fits just fine, easy to put in and out. And I got it from Amazon. It was pretty cheap, only a few dollars, and I think it was like well worth it just to kind of keep the cover of my Stalogy nice. So fits really well, even though I think it's actually for like the Midori A6, but it fits the Stalogy A6 notebook as well. This is an Lauren Phelps Designs clear cover for B6. I found it very difficult to find hardly like any clear covers for B6. Maybe there's more available now, but this one has worked really well. Has some like extra pockets on the inside that I never really used. But again, not a whole lot of options that I could find at the time, and like this was a decent price, so I got this one. Again, nice to just like keep your notebook cover kind of nicer, clean, helps preserve the stickers as well, so I found these covers to be really nice. And then Moterm, again, if you're looking for like a step up in planner covers, these I think are a nice price point for what you get. I've never had something like a Gilio or VDS or something like that, but that's totally fine with me. Moterm comes in a lot of different colors. I always like their pebbled leather. It has a nice texture. And usually I'm gravitating toward more neutral, so something like this, like white or off-white or black, or I think it's called like burnt orange. So I have this in A6 size, which I recently got from a D-stash. Even though I'm in an A6 notebook, but I don't think I would put the notebook in here. This is more for if I hop back into astrology at some point. And then I do have this B6 zip cover as well. The zip is really smooth, and again, lots of pockets, more than I ever really use, but it's a nice planner cover for sure. So that's it for covers. Some of the next, I have like a few things left. So I do like washi tape here and there. I'm not using it as much right now, but I'm sure I'll use it again in the future. Most recently, I was kind of gravitating to like purples, blues, pinks, that kind of color scheme. So I love these. These are from like Wish and AliExpress or other D-stashes that I got, so I don't quite know where they're all from. A couple are from Jet Pens, so like this one and this one for sure. And I've gotten away from using Post-its. I'm very much like just writing stuff in my planner if I need it. But I do like Post-it brand Post-its. Those are great, very sticky. I've never had issues with them like falling out or whatever. I also like Avery tabs if I'm not using my Midori index clips. And again, like I'll use these for like months at a time, don't have issues with them like falling out or losing my place. So those are also good. And stickers. So you'll find me using different types of stickers depending on what's happening. So most recently in my Hobonichi Weeks Mega, I was using a lot of Happy Planner stickers. I was using the clear ones, so I have quite a few Happy Planner books. And I usually get them on clearance, so that makes me feel a little bit better, but yeah, Happy Planner stickers, very accessible. They're available at like Joann's and Michael's and stuff like that. And then usually I am getting stuff from Etsy as far as stickers, so sometimes I want a specific icon sticker, so I'll just find a shop. You'll see some here. This is just some vinyl stickers I found on Etsy. If you have questions about where these are from, let me know and I can link the shop below. And then I got these actually in a D-stash on Instagram, but they're from Randy.'s Plans on Etsy. They're from 2022, but I was actually kind of like cutting them up and rearranging them to be the right day and date. And I think they're great too. I just happen to like be very minimal at this time and not using any stickers, but I'm sure I'll get back to stickers in the future. But yeah, so that was just a little information about different planners and books that I'm using right now and my favorites from stuff that I used previously. But if you have any questions about anything that I use, let me know. If you need a link to where I got it from, I can definitely find that. But thank you guys for watching. Give this video a thumbs up if you like these kind of like favorites videos. Comment below if you have any questions. Subscribe if you like plan with me's or flip throughs or more favorite videos. And then hit the notification bell if you want to know the next time I post a video, because it's not always on the same day. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.